hearing itself. I think it was a classic breakdown of, the Republicans want hands off, whether it's crypto or other issues. Gensler and the Democrats are, and I think the one nuance is that they obviously want to push harder. They want more enforcement. They want a greater transparency. And the only thing I think you missed was the fact that Gensler called for more staff at the end of the hearing. More people poking around, more people looking at imposing more and greater regulations is the one thing that if Gensler gets that through Congress, and he has to get Congress to approve that, it will sort of put some teeth behind a more aggressive agenda. So, but you're spot on otherwise.
One thing to think about, guys, just to put not a cap on this, we talked about it for the last 3 days because crypto's been moving in and around, catalysts or fundamentals that we've tried to just talk through. And what I thought, Steiner, I don't know if you agree or disagree with this, but I just thinking Gensler himself, makes it official that we're institutionalizing this and we're making everything official, right? I mean, you're regulated. So why wouldn't or shouldn't these political catalysts on the calendar, with the most obvious being him, people getting worried about him, what he could say, so crypto goes down, then he doesn't say what they were worried about, then it goes up. I mean, everyone having an institutional desk on this just, makes the order flow, talk about order flow, but incremental on the marginal order flow off the low end of my range or off the top end for that matter should map calendars a little bit more than it has in the past, should it not?
One of the challenges with crypto, and I know Christian's talked about this, or at least he and I have talked about this offline a fair amount, is that the space is evolving so rapidly that it's getting a little bit challenging to kind of keep your finger on the pulse just about everywhere. And there are obviously big events that we can sort of keep close tabs on and sort of think about from a calendar standpoint. And I think we should maybe endeavor to do a better job with that going forward, especially from a Washington standpoint. But, outside of that, there's a lot of news flow in the space every single day. So we'll continue to keep tabs on it, and maybe we can get a more sort of organized process with respect to sort of big upcoming things.
Yeah, because I mean, it's what you just said is not unlike anything else from oil futures to the CPI report that I look at. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of shit going on in the world every day, including in crypto. But when it comes from the low end of the range and the catalyst is what it is, it could be anything. Like today's inflation nowcasts are going higher. Yesterday's news was that inflation slowed sequentially. Tomorrow's news and next month's news is going to be inflation accelerated sequentially. So we're using that macro calendar catalyst to help inform us make good decisions from the low or the top end of the risk range. So that's what we absolutely have to do that.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.